Hello and welcome back to Krafts by Katelyn. Today I'm sharing how I took some unique items from Dollar Tree and turned it into this really pretty DIY umbrella door hanger to help dress up your home for spring. So make sure you are subscribed and give this video a big thumbs up. For this umbrella, I am using a shoehorn from Dollar Tree. It had the perfect hook on there and it reminded me of an umbrella handle, so I thought this would be perfect for this. I already cut this down. I just took a serrated knife and it made a little place, and then it easily just broke off, so I took about 4 or 5 inches off of the bottom of that. I'm also going to be using this beautiful scarf from Dollar Tree. It had a few other colors to choose from if you didn't want so much pink, but I do love the different colors and the pattern on this one. I'm also going to be using some of the pearls from Dollar Tree as well as some of this lace ribbon. I did pick up my dowel rods from Walmart. They were only 99 cents, but these are a lot longer than the ones at Dollar Tree. They are 3/16 inch if you do want to get the exact same size, but they are really inexpensive there. And then I just picked up a couple of random bouquets of flowers. I like the white since my scarf was so colorful. To get started, I think I ended up using 7 of these dowel rods, and I just took the pearls and hot glued the pearls on each end of these. And these would make the little tips that stick out from the sides of the umbrella to make it look more realistic. The easiest way I found to glue these together was just to put a small amount of hot glue on the pearl itself, and then after I put it on the dowel rod and let the glue cool for a second or two where I was able to touch it, I just ran my finger around the bottom of it so it kind of pushed the glue down so it wasn't as visible whenever I wanted to paint it. Next, I'm going to take some of this lavender paint and paint the dowel rods. This is such a pretty color for spring. I originally thought that I would paint the entire dowel rod with the pearl and just make the whole thing one certain color, but I just didn't want to paint over that pearl after I had got started. I thought it's just so pretty, and it would just definitely dress this piece up, and the pearls go really nicely with the scarf and the whole overall spring look. Next, I'm painting what I wanted to be my umbrella handle, and if I had spray paint that I liked, I would have spray painted this, but I didn't, so I am just using my elephant colored dark gray in the chalk paint. I was nervous that that purple was just going to pop so much and not blend in with the umbrella handle, so I did let some of the purple show through, but I did take my paintbrush and it was pretty much empty. It just had a little bit of that gray paint left, and I'm just dry brushing over the purple. It's hard to show up on camera. It really did give it a neat effect being purple and then just having like some gray distressing on top of it. And then whenever I wanted to use the scarf to get it ready, I just laid it down flat on the table, and then I folded it in half long ways and then glued down all the edges together. You definitely could choose to sew this if you wanted to, but I'm just going to use the easy way out and just super quickly glue these together. It does hold together really nicely. I'm just not going to put this in direct sunlight because I know a lot of you all say that sun does melt the hot glue. After I got my scarf all glued together perfectly in half, I'm going to evenly, or the best I could evenly, space out these little umbrella tips. They don't have to be perfectly spaced out because we are just going to bunch them together, but I just want them to stick up a couple inches so they do stick up and you can see them to be like the real umbrella tips. So at first I just hot glued the entire stick and laid it down, but then I was scared that the hot glue would seep through the fabric, so I ended up just putting some dots of hot glue. Either way worked fine. You really couldn't see the hot glue from the front, but I did end up doing this on the rest of them. To give it the triangular shape, I'm just scrunching the bottom together, and I'm just trying to work the fabric as I go. I'm just going to pull the fabric in between, a little bit back in between each dowel rod, and then I glued over the back edges just to make sure that none of the dowel rods would show, and just in case it was loose on the edges. To keep the bottom all pulled up nice and tight together, I'm just going to tie the end with a piece of this lacy ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I just do this in a double knot, and it just gives it a really pretty little bunch at the top. If you wanted to make one of those little tips to stick out of the top like a real umbrella, you could. I just skipped that because I thought it did look realistic enough. Now, I know this is kind of weird, but I just needed a backing, but I did want to attempt to leave this out on the front door, so I didn't want anything that would ruin in case it got a little wet. So I'm using a Dollar Tree placemat, and I just cut it down into the shape of the back of my umbrella. And I'm going to start by gluing the actual umbrella handle just down onto the fabric just to hold it in place until I can get everything together. And then I'm going to glue the edges of this placemat down, and I'm going to create like a little pocket so I can stick my spring flowers down into this. I did not want you to be able to see the placemat from the side of this door hanger, so I did just roll back a little bit of the fabric so it would hide the edges of the placemat. After I flip it over, everything is still very loose except the edges, and I really like that because I can work with it really well and decide where I want each of the little dowel rods to lay, and I get to decide where I want the umbrella handle to set. So then I can just pick this up and then glue it down directly where I want it to go. I wanted to add my flowers in too before I got everything glued down, and I think this would be so pretty with a big spring floral bouquet of flowers with a bunch of different assorted flowers, but I'm actually running low on all of my artificial flowers and I definitely need to go back to Dollar Tree. But I thought this white did look really pretty in there, and it didn't just get blended in by being the same color pink or anything, so I did like the white. And my door is blue, so it kind of pops off of there. But after I got my flowers tucked in there, then I can fold over the flower around those dowel rods and then glue them down in place. This is the first time that I've made this craft, and you definitely could tweak it any way that you want it or find a way to make it more sturdy, but this just worked really well for now. It's very lightweight and it hangs on the door really nicely. To give it more of a little decorative touch, I just tied a really quick simple bow out of this lace and then glued that on the bottom of the umbrella, and I thought this made it look so cute and gave it more of a springy look to it. And then that pretty much just finished up this project. I think it turned out really cute, and I love how customizable this is. You can make it in a ton of different colors. I would love to hear from you if you had any ideas, something that you would do to make this. I always love hearing all the different ideas that you all tell me, but I just thought this was a really neat idea. Like I say, this is the first time that I made it, so it could be tweaked and improved a million different ways, so I am excited to hear from you all. But I think it turned out super cute, and I'm excited that I made this with Dollar Tree items. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye!